4 crowdfunding best practices that will help you consistently generate funds for your nonprofit or business ventures. I'm going to share with you 4 best practices that will help you in your next crowdfunding project. The first one is have a measurable goal for this fundraising event. That measurable goal might apply to whatever the cost is of the event or the project. It could be you going back and looking at the money that you've been able to raise in the past and what are some of the costs you're expecting for the next year. You can use that method as well. I remember when I started my nonprofit work, I had to raise about $85,000 for that first year of operation, and some of that, $25,000 of that was basically just setup funds, right? And this is for international nonprofit work. I was moving outside the United States and moving to a foreign country, and I had to have some let's face it, had to have some setup costs. Had to go buy a car. I couldn't ship my car over there and drive it in that country. I drove on the opposite side of the road, different steering wheel, all that kind of jazz. So that I had a specific measurable goal, and throughout my nonprofit career, that goal changed at different times. I had different needs. Maybe I had different projects I was doing, and I was just raising funds for that specific project. The next one is just thinking about rewards and recognition as you begin raising the funds. And a lot of times you need to think about this more as, I'm Miles Threet, and I help for-profit and nonprofit leaders who have been experiencing winning moments in the past, but right now you realize you need a new game plan and you want to dominate in your industry and life. Think about this as impact-focused rewards, all right? And this goes back to what I kind of shared earlier is, if the money is going to a specific project, and that project, you complete the project and it gets the results you're looking for, maybe you send an email, a thank you note or thank you letter, or post something about it on your social media saying thank you directly to certain people who gave towards it, and share about the impact and results that it made. The third best practice is create a compelling story. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. One of the projects I had to raise money for in my nonprofit work was specifically with handicapped people in Thailand, and we were providing handicap equipment. And the reality is we worked with a US-based nonprofit who already had the handicap equipment. They just needed me to raise the funds to really just ship the equipment over. And so that created a compelling story. I could go and share the story about how in the past we provided a wheelchair for a certain person, and it was the first time they ever had a wheelchair in their life, instead of walking around on a dirty floor in a house way out in the country in Thailand, somewhere like that, or just having to be, or show the difference between some kind of homemade contraption that they had to use to having a real life wheelchair for the first time in their life. And I could use that compelling story to generate funds for that specific project as well. The fourth best practice is leveraging those raving fans. You should have 3 types of fans. You should have that promoter, that person out there that is excited about your organization, that will go around and share and tell other people about it. That promoter, you can use them to go share with others live and in person, or to promote it via social media as well, and share about the events, the organization, help get others involved. Then you have your fundraisers, right? These are the people that will begin to spread the word and help you generate the funds, okay? And they might be asking other people to give towards certain projects or events for you as well. My uncles did this for me a lot while I was doing my nonprofit work. Actually, I can tell you specifically, at one time we needed a new vehicle to basically travel around, do our work in Thailand, and we needed to buy one. And we needed, at that point in time, we began to generate some of the funds, and I was getting close to our goal. And the reality was I had half the money. He found out about it, and guess what he did? He went to a rich aunt of mine and convinced her to give the other half. That's what a fundraiser will do for you. Finally, you need your donors, those people who will give. And I operated my nonprofit overseas for 13 years. And I probably had consistently throughout that 13-year period of time 50 people that would give regularly on a monthly basis. Those were my consistent donors. I had others that would give at other times of the years, and I have some that would give only one time a year, but I knew who my consistent donors were, and I was constantly communicating with them, sharing with them, expressing my gratitude, sending thank you notes to them as well. But those were my donors, and you're going to have those individuals as well, and those people are going to keep you going through the good and the hard times, and they're going to be there for you. Those people are excited about what you do, and they're going to be given to you on a consistent basis. You need to make sure you're expressing your gratitude and thankfulness to them on a consistent basis as well. I hope this episode has been of value to you. We've covered the 4 best practices you can implement in your next crowdfunding venture to help you consistently generate the funding that you need. They were having measurable goals, recognition and rewards, creating that compelling story, and those wonderful raving fans. If you found this a benefit to you, you also should check out this video on the 2 different types of crowdfunding you can use. Plus, you need to realize that crowdfunding is a $95 billion industry. So start taking advantage of it and apply the principles you learned from this video and the one about the 2 different types of crowdfunding. Thank you.